Welcome back to Living Local. So You Think You Can Dance is now in the middle of its 17th season on Fox, and a 20-year-old from Davenport is wowing the judges with her impressive hip-hop moves, and she continues to advance through the competition. And guess what? She joins us today. Her name is Essence Wilmington. She's our next QC celebrity, and she is joining us today via Zoom to talk about her experience so far with us. Essence, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So let's start here first with, back before the TV show and everything. Tell us when your love of dance got started.
So my love with dance got started when I was in elementary school, and my auntie Promise, shout out to her, she used to dance all the time, and I used to watch her, and she'd be like, Essence, like, come on, like, let's make up dances, like, you can do it. And I was like, okay, like, let's go, like, let's have some fun. And so she'll choreograph the dances and I'll just follow her, and I kind of just got it naturally. And from there, we were always in her room making up dances, and that's how my love started with dance.
Oh, that's awesome. So it's just a family thing at first. Now, did you do, what kind of actual dance lessons or training did you have, or did you after that?
Yes, so after that, me and my auntie, because she started living with us, her name's Promise, my mom had got us into dance classes at Imani Dance Studio in Davenport, Iowa. And then I was 9 years old, and I stayed there until I was 11 or 12. Then I moved on to a new dance studio in Moline. At the time, that was called Rush Hour, and I trained with them. And they basically told us about the hip-hop world and hip-hop conventions. So from there, we start going out of town and taking classes together, and they start letting us know, like, hey, you should come to this class, you should come to this class. And they start opening, well, really my parents' eyes to all the opportunities out there with dance. And so since that happened, at the age of 12, I went to a dance class, and there was a flyer of auditions for the Chicago Bulls. And it's called, hey, do you want to be a Bulls kid? And I wanted to do that. And I was like, Mom, Dad, can I please do this? I want to try out. And they were like, well, I don't know, because it's so far. And I was like, no, please, please. Like, I literally begged them. And my parents were like, okay, like, we're going to do it. We'll see if she even makes it, because they didn't even know if I was going to make it or not. And so I ended up making it, long story short. And from the age of 12, I started teaching dance classes in my basement, and from there it just went on. I went to dance conventions, hip-hop conventions, and just trained myself. And then I had classes that I taught every Wednesday.
Jeez, all right, wow. So you did all that. You're now teaching yourself, and then now let's go to the TV show. How did you get on So You Think You Can Dance? What was that process like?
So my mom is my manager, and during 2020, she actually seen, like, hey, auditions are happening for So You Think You Can Dance, but unfortunately the pandemic had hit. I know that I didn't make it in the process. I didn't know how far I made it, but by that time, Nigel was like, oh, unfortunately, he sent out an email, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do the show. The pandemic's here, like COVID and everything. Like, there's basically no way that it'll be able to happen. Then later, 2 years later, my mom's looking online again, because, in the entertainment industry or dance industry, it's like you have to go and, like, find things. And luckily, I have my mother to do that for me. I'm so thankful that she does that. And she just came across this online flyer. It was like, hey, do you want to sign up for a dance show? And she just signed me up, because my mom signs me up for everything, and she doesn't even tell me. Like, she's just like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and if something happens, something happens. And then she was like, so then a couple days later, it was like, this is So You Think You Can Dance. And we're like, what? And then she signed me up for the audition, and then we went to the auditions in LA, and I made it through the producer round.
Wow, all right. And then, yeah, we have video of your audition here when you're actually with the judges. And
Yes.
you eventually, Twitch there asks you to freestyle, and the crowd just goes wild at this moment. Talk to us about what that was like.
Yeah, that was a crazy experience because I was very nervous because I did my choreography and he's like, okay, like, can you freestyle? And I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, I'm not gonna say no. Like, I'm not gonna say no to switch. And he's like, okay, somebody like put on a song. And I'm like, oh my gosh, hopefully I know this song. Like all these like nerves and everything are going through my head. And I don't know, but like in a clip you can see like when he asked me to freestyle, I look to the side of my eyes and I'm looking at my parents because they know I'm really nervous.
Right.
Like, and when I get put on the spot, I kind of like shake up. But in that moment, I just told myself, calm down. Like, you just got to do it and do your best and go 110%. And that's all you could do. But in that moment, after I was done, I was like, when I got all that applause and he was like, oh my gosh, and he stood up, I was like, wow, I just impressed Twitch. So I was very proud of myself. And I was like on cloud nine.
Gosh, yeah, no, that had to be just, yeah, a high of some other kind. Well, Essence, it is so cool to see what you've done, not only, you know, on TV, obviously, but all of your other performances, your teaching, all of that stuff that you've done so far in your life, and we are going to be so excited to see where your journey goes from here. So thank you so much for making us a stop here today to talk to us about it.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
All right, awesome. Now, if you want to follow Essence's journey as she goes farther on, you can do that on Facebook. You can see there Essence W Dance. Find her on Facebook, and you can also see what she does this Wednesday too on, of course, So You Think You Can Dance. That is at 8 o'clock in the evening on Fox 18. We'll, of course, have those details posted on our website too at OurQuadCities.com.